Happy Monday to all of you watching this, but if you're having shitty Monday, then I guess just Monday. I don't know. How's it going? I happen to have a game from this weekend. It's around the 1st of the month, you know. You'll assume reasonably that after the first Saturday of every month, I should have at least 1 or 2 or 3 games from the standard OU tournament that I go to at the beginning of the month. It's a local tournament, so I end up playing the same pool of people, but it's one of the only times you're really going to see reliable OU out of me, and I say reliably very loosely in this game. But this team is actually really cool. I discovered it when I was browsing some threads, and I was like, hey, you know what? This team is actually designed to help Mega Pinsir sweep, and I was like, I haven't used Mega Pinsir yet. Let's give this thing a shot. So it had some cool stuff like Choice Scarf Neandrous, had special defensive heat trend, which I'm always a fan of. It had Washing Machine. It had a very, very interesting Latias set. I haven't really messed around with Choice Scarf Neandrous, but it's really fun. Definitely recommend if you guys haven't tried it. It also gets access to knockoff, which I mean, what the hell else doesn't? But it outspeeds ghosts, like really fast ghosts and shit that otherwise normally wouldn't can knock them out. So it's a pretty fun idea. I'm not talking about the first couple of turns because it's like, well, if you played 4th gen, you can reasonably assume what's going to happen here. I'm going to U-turn to break the sash as it sets up Stealth Rock or tries to fake me out, and he tries punching the Washing Machine. Moral of life is if you're a flaming monkey, or anything for that matter, that cannot reasonably like destroy a washing machine in one shot, don't punch a washing machine. I wouldn't recommend it for a person. I wouldn't recommend it for like my enemy, like under any circumstances. Don't punch washing machines. Pretty bad for your health. So I see Thunder on the opposing Rotom Wash, which I'm not going to knock, don't get me wrong. I think it's really cool stab for it, but it just felt kind of out of place. If you have the TM for Thunderbolt and Thunder, the reusable TMs, you can just toggle between the two. I mean, he probably had this in his box because he was using it with Rain or something like that. That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. I definitely would have switched up T-Volt or Volt Switch. It worked out great because he actually hit it, but I think when we had a... we had a rematch somewhere along the line in the tournament, and he just, did we? I think we did, and he ended up missing 2 Thunders, which was kind of unfortunate. Right there with Latias, I defogged because the Stealth Rocker's gone, and I was like, well, you know what? I can save this thing for later. I will hopefully be able to knock out something else on his team with it. In reality, looking at it, everything else can take out Latias, so I'm just going to find a safe opportunity to bring it in as death fodder. But look at this Conkeldurr, man. You're going to see this thing on my channel a lot. It's max HP, max spit F with an Assault Vest, and a knockoff Mach Punch combo. Just cleans out the Rotom Wash. The thing just took 2 hits from Rotom Wash. And just like half HP, I think it's at like half HP, something like that. Oh, you know what, Talonflame? Yeah, Talonflame outspeeds Latias. He's got D-Knight, which can probably take it out from that range with E-Speed. He's got Azelf, which can take it out with Shadow Sneak, and he's got other stuff. I think Rotom Wash was honestly my only safe switch-in, and then I learned he had Shadow Ball, so I was like, oh shit, that's really stupid. But if there's one switch-in that I know is definitely safe and I don't have to worry about people being weird with their movesets, it's Heatran for Talonflame. Nothing outside of like a rogue-ass Specs HP ground. And this is like on a scale from 1 to whoa, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, just get out, get out, get out of my face. You shouldn't be running that at all. But I figured, you know what? The Talonflame's not going to stay in. That is something I will bet my bottom dollar on. So I just went for the Stealth Rocks as he brings in his Greninja. That's all fine and dandy. I'm looking at my switch-ins and I'm like, you know what? Let's go into Conkeldurr. Why not? Yeah, sounds good. I can take a... I can take a Surf, I can take a Scald. From that range, I definitely should be able to. And looking at the damage from a Scald, and I don't see Expert Belt or Life Orb, that's a lot. And I've got nothing but special defensive investment with a positive nature, and it 2-hit KOs me from half health. That's definitely a Specs Greninja. That's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm actually just going to go ahead and switch out into my Latias right now under that assumption, and had he not been Specs, he definitely would have just switched it up. But I'm able to live the Scald, and my main reason for going for that here is this Latias actually has Healing Wish. I think it's a really great idea in that once you get rid of the opponent's Stealth Rocks, it got rid of my... Did it get rid of my own? I think it did. I think it probably did. You know what? It actually did. I totally spaced it out. Whoop. So I still haven't really learned how to play this team properly. But Healing Wish heals before entry hazards, so if you get to the point in the game where your opponent has hazards up and you have a Mega Pinsir Mega Evolve and it's got less than half HP, but you still have Latias with Healing Wish left, Healing Wish, because it just heals it up to full and then just brings it back down to half, so you can just revive anything like that Conkeldurr that you have in the back pocket that's got like 12 HP and it's poisoned and it's asleep or whatever. It heals all conditions, brings it back up to full. I think it might heal power points too. I'm not 100% on that, but I know the first two for sure. Healing Wish is a great move. I think it's definitely a really underrated thing that not a lot of people are using, and it's pretty awesome. So right there, I got a crit on the Volt Switch, which meant that I felt pretty comfy going for knockoff, just in case he wanted to switch into something else. I forgot Aegislash. I think Aegislash was the thing that I was thinking, because if I had gone for Rock Slide, then he could have just resisted, gone for Sword Dance, that kind of thing. So I felt pretty comfy going for it. But he ends up predicting my switch here. Go figure. It's like the best move he's done all game so far, and just ends up going for a Dark Pulse switch because it specs at 2 it KOs my my Rotom Wash. No, so that Healing Wish that I was hyping up and everything, kind of in vain. In the other games, it helped out a lot. I just really wanted to highlight it right here, even though this strategy basically just shat the bed because of Greninja. So the cool thing is, though, is he is locked in on Dark Pulse. Definitely should have assumed the fact that because I outsped Infernape on turn 1 that I am Choice Scarfed and that I would have gone for the U-turn, because we revealed both of the things that we saw on turn 1, unless he was Choice Scarfed, in which case, wow, that would have sucked. But because he was going for Dark Pulse, I really wouldn't have cared that much. So take him out with the U-turn, bring in Heatran, and I'm realizing that all of his Heatran checks encounters are now off the board, barring this thing if it has Sacred Sword. And if I burn it, which is a 30% with Lava Plume, then I really don't have anything to worry about. And I do, ladies and gentlemen. Flaming swords are not much better than regular swords. They look cool, like when you ignite them in the movies, but they actually get softer and they're more prone to breaking. So don't light your sword on fire, guys. It's really stupid, especially in this case. He even dances with himself, and it's not really working out too great. So he's going to go for Shadow Sneak right here just to get some damage off. But, you know, at this point, I'm not worried. As long as I have this Heatran in, I'm pretty sure I win. I think, did I end up going for a Lava Plume? I forgot if I went for Stealth Rocks somewhere along the line. I'm pretty sure. Did I set up Stealth Rocks? Yeah, I set up Stealth Rocks after I defogged. That's right. I was thinking about, like, how did I get Stealth Rocks on the field even if I defogged? I guess I defogged really early. Whatever. I don't know. This battle was like, what, only 2 days ago? We can see that it's taking Stealth Rocks damage, so I guess somewhere along the lines I either got them up, I got them back up, or I got them up after the defog is ultimately what I was trying to figure out there, because I spaced out big time. But going back to what I was saying in the middle of the game, something I do remember is Talonflame ain't doing shit to this thing. Heatran is not giving any fucks about the last 2 Pokemon he has going on. I'm just going to go for a Toxic, and that's basically all she wrote for this one. So even if this thing has Roost, it's only stalling the inevitable. I have Protect on this Heatran if he really wants to show Roost. I have no problem Toxic stalling my way to victory. But he either doesn't show it or is just playing the rest of the match out. This is a good sport about it. Definitely could have run after I burned his Aegislash, because this is just kind of a downhill thing right here. I'm just waiting for the thing to die just so I can see the victory screen and move on to the next portion of the brackets. So I had a couple of other games in this tournament. I really want to give a huge shout out to my my friend Francis, who decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to toss the team together super last minute. And she normally doesn't play a lot of OU or anything of the sort, but she brought a Clefable, and I was in awe at how well that thing did. Like, that thing was pushing people's shit in left and right all weekend. Every battle she had, she would bring Clefable. People would get shut down by that thing. So if I can get a soft-boiled Clefable imported onto my cart, I'm going to do that, because she was running Moonlight, just because she wasn't able to get a soft-boiled one. But yeah, wow. So that is just a completely random side note I remembered. I didn't even get to use Mega Pinsir in this battle. This is just like Mega Pinsir. The freaking mob boss just sat down and had his henchmen do the work. And took out basically Smogon the team, guest starring Infernape from 2008. So that's a thing. I did a regular speed because I was like, you know, if I speed this up, it's going to be like a 6-minute video. And I really don't feel like talking for 6 minutes. I feel like talking just for the sake of talking. I'm allowed to do that, right? I'm pretty sure I can. So, anyways, that was a video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I have a couple of other videos from this as well as some other random events. They're about as good as this, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse. I wasn't the biggest fan of this one in particular. One of the games I had this weekend was really super hacksy, which is why I didn't choose to upload that one. I think I have a video from the RNG tournament I was a part of on Saturday, which I can explain a little bit of that one as well. I've just got a couple of other random games that I don't know where they came from lying around too, so if I remember the context for those, I'll be sure to get them to you. But in the meantime, this is the freshest one I had, so I figured I'd toss in your guys' way. Wow, I rambled for about a good minute and a half longer than I needed to, so I'll let you guys go. But yeah, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Bye.